Taehyung's heart raced with anticipation as he led Ryan and Jungkook towards the door of Jia's house. It had been 7 long years since Ryan had seen her sister. And he knew this reunion would be emotional and possibly difficult. As they approached the door, Taehyung took a deep breath and knocked firmly. A minute later, the door swung open, revealing Jia standing on the other side. Her eyes widened in surprise at the sight of her sister and Taehyung. Ryan's expression remained stoic as she looked at her sister. Her emotions hiding beneath a mask of composure. Ryan, she whispered. Jia, Taehyung spoke first, breaking the tense silence. We have come to talk. Jia's eyes flickered between Ryan and Taehyung. Uncertainty clouding her features. She stepped back to allow them to enter. And they followed her into the living room. Jungkook stayed close to Ryan, sensing the tension in the air. Subin ran up to his mother, hugging her. He said, and Jia kissed his cheek, smiling at him. She said, and the kids went inside. Once they were all seated, Vine cleared her throat and spoke. Her voice firm and unwavering. I've came here to set things straight, Gia. It's been 5 years since we last saw each other, and I want to address the past. Gia shifted uncomfortably in her seat, avoiding Ryan's gaze. Taehyung watched the exchange carefully, ready to intervene if necessary. Gia began, but Ryan held up a hand to stop her. No excuses, Gia, Ryan interrupted. You know what you did, and you need to take responsibility for your action. Gia's eyes filled with guilt as she finally met her sister's gaze. I'm sorry, Ryan. I know I hurt you and I regret it every day. Ryan's expression darkened at Gia's words. She remained stern. Why didn't you tell me you loved Taehyung before our wedding? She asked calmly. Gia looked away, tears glistening in her eyes. She struggled to form a proper sentence. Taehyung watched them with a mixture of concern and uncertainty. He knew how much this reconciliation meant to Ryan. And he hoped that Gia would prove herself worthy of forgiveness. You're trying to manipulate me again, Ryan said, making Gia's eyes go wide. She shook her head as no. She got cut off when Ryan showed her hand. I remember the night before my wedding. When I asked if something was wrong. Remember what you told me? Gia, I've noticed that you've been really tensed since last week. Is there something wrong? Gia looked from her phone. Just focus on your wedding with Taehyung, she said, her tone rude. You had several chances to tell me, but you didn't. Ryan chuckled bitterly. Gia stood up in anger. So what, huh? You expect me to tell everyone about my and Taehyung's relationship a day before your wedding? So that mom and dad would throw me out of the house? I did what I felt right, Ryan. You or my parents never cared about me. Even in these 7 years, I was the one suffering when you must have been enjoying with your husband. Who is nothing more than a puppy that wiggles tail around its owner. Gia was cut off by a hard slap on her cheek. She cried, pleaded, compromised, put her self respect at stake. All for the sister who didn't give a damn about her. until she couldn't take it no more and she slapped her hard that day. She said, "Always remember this slap. It will remind you the girl who slapped you cared for you." The girl didn't have ego but did have self respect. The girl had enough patience to hold on and enough courage to let go. She knew what she deserved, and she deserved a better sibling. But she is no more a girl, she is a woman now. A woman that can never hear against her child or her husband. And that woman is breaking all ties with you. I came here to maybe talk and understand your point of view, but not anymore. Maybe you deserve it. Whatever is happening to you, you deserve it. I will never show my face, and you better not show me yours. Jungkook felt a sense of pride for Vian. She was strong and resilient, unwilling to back down in the face of adversity. He admired her courage and determination, knowing that she would always stand up for what was right. Vian finally turned towards the exit, calling her son. She took her son's hand and stopped to say, "I believe in second chances, but people like you don't deserve them." These were her final words before she left along with her husband and son. As they went out, Vian felt Jungkook intertwining her hand with his. She looked up to see him, taking a deep breath. She said, "I'll not tell you what to do. If you want to help your brother, his wife, or his son, I'll not stop you. But don't expect anything from me, Cook. To this, Jungkook only replied with a smile. Let's just live our life peacefully. You, me, and Yeonjun, he said after a long silence. Now, what do we get from this story? This is a question most of you asked. So, let me tell you. Number one, God's plan is always better than yours. So, believe in Him. Number two, a relationship not only needs love but also respect, support, and understanding, just like Jungkook and Ryan's relationship here. Number three, karma always hits back harder, as we can see in Taehyung and Jia's case. Number four, cutting people off from your life, no matter how important they are, is necessary for your own peace. When you choose peace, it comes with a lot of goodbyes, just like what Ryan did in this episode. And last, number five, better things come when a stronger, wiser you is staring at the mirror. Now that's it for the series. This is an open ending. Now it's up to you whether you want to think that Jungkook helped Taehyung, Jia and their son or not. From my side, this is the end. Consider subscribing and also having patience and trust on your dear Earther, please.